Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. I'm excited to be talking about the fourth episode of Maul, Shadow Lord. So if you don't know where you are or who I am, my name is Cademan David. I run this YouTube channel. It's called Sci-Fi Academia. That's what we named it. I've been running down the sort of just giving a little review, my thoughts of the episodes of Maul Shadow Lord lately. It's been the most recent videos on the channel. And the last review I did, I said I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if the show, which I had really liked in the first episodes, but episode 3 started to sort of buffer. You know, it sort of slowed down, it hit a speed bump, I think. And I just wasn't as sure of where the show was going in episode 3. But now we have hit episode 4, and I must say, I think this might just be the best episode yet. The show continues to look absolutely beautiful, taking advantage of cool lighting and the lighting that you can do with lightsabers. The battles have looked incredible, and you know, just all of the character designs and everything continues to look incredible. I've said that since episode 1. I think this is the prettiest Star Wars has ever looked. But man, this the story here is really starting to come together for me. Now, I think there's only going to be something like 10 episodes here, which I think is a little unfortunate. I could see a good 20 episodes of this show working. Who knows, maybe we'll get a second season. I don't know. That could be cool. I'm feeling a little more excited about the show. Yeah, and I guess with all that being said, all that I have left to do is talk about sort of the episode in sort of a spoiler-y way. So, if you don't want to hear me talk about spoiler-y stuff, you can go ahead and tap out of the video. But if you do, leave a like. So, everyone's gone who doesn't want spoilers. Yeah, in this episode, it starts off where Darth Maul, he's going to this gang lord, right, that I guess used to work under Maul previously. I think this is something that happened in the Clone Wars. I don't remember entirely that plot. I might go back and watch some of those episodes after this, or maybe I'll just wait till I, naturally get to them, because I've been rewatching some of the old Clone Wars episodes on the channel. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All that being said, Maul, he sort of takes over that guy. The Padawan is reunited with the dinosaur Jedi, which I'm really getting interested in those two characters. I think they seem like they're fun. They seem like they're fun and cool. And basically they decide to tell police officer man where Maul is. Which they do, but then it ends up being like Maul offers the policeman a deal, and the policeman's like, nah, I can't do that because you're bad and Darth Maul and stuff. We get a cool fight, right? This episode is mostly, I think, a cool fight where we have the Jedis fighting Maul, we have the police officers fighting the Mandalorians and the other Zabraks that are with Maul. Yeah, we get all that fight, and then it ends with, like, the battle didn't go so well, right? We get an acknowledgement that Maul has mechanical legs, which of course we know because we've seen Phantom Menace, and we know that he gets split in half, like a Lego man. But we see Dinosaur Jedi guy kick his leg, and it's mechanical. And I was actually kind of thinking about that because we've had no indications that he has mechanical legs this far. We obviously know he does because of where it takes place in the timeline and stuff. And more about the timeline in just a second. But yeah, so I guess he just has more lifelike mechanical legs than the mechanical legs he got in the Clone Wars. Anyway, all that being said, I do want to bring up an issue I have with the show in particular. That's like it's sort of hard to be invested in the Maul storyline because we know how Maul dies from Star Wars Rebels, and it just it feels a little bit like, like why do we care about this character when we know he's going to die? Now, it's a little unfortunate that I can't help but feel that way just a little bit, because I do love the design and the character of Maul. I think he's really fun, but it does make this show a little weird knowing that he's going to die later in Rebels. Now, we'll see when this show ends if that actually affects the bottom line of the show. Because it might not. It might be good. It might be good and it might be fun, and the pieces might come together perfectly. But yeah, the Maul death in Rebels always felt a little bit anticlimactic to me. And I feel like this show just makes it feel a little more anticlimactic. But again, we'll see. We'll see how it all comes together. So far, I'm enjoying the show. I'm really interested in where the characters are gonna go. And this episode ended with the Empire showing up. So we'll see if maybe Vader shows up. We'll see what it looks like now that the Empire is going to show up. And I'm interested and excited at that. I think it's one of the most interesting and exciting cliffhangers. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I can imagine it's not going to be very good for the planet, because as the police officer has been saying throughout the entire series, if the Empire comes in, they're going to try and take over everything. And to me, it seems likely that's how it's going to go down, because we know that the Empire is bad and we don't like them. So anyway, that's my thoughts on this 4th episode of Maul. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited for the next couple of episodes, which, are coming out pretty soon. I don't have to wait for very long, which is nice. But yeah, we'll see how the show goes from here. There is still part of me that's like, be ready to be majorly disappointed for the second half of the show. There's part of me that was burned by the Book of Boba Fett, and I was going to say Ahsoka, but I really only watched 2 episodes of Ahsoka before I decided it just wasn't particularly interesting to me. I'm sorry, uber Star Wars fans. Really more of a Doctor Who guy than a Star Wars guy. And debatably, I'm more of a Star Trek guy than Doctor Who guy. But anyway, if you're interested in any of those 3 shows I just mentioned, that's what this channel is all about. It's all about that sort of vein of science fiction, because I love it and I love to talk about it. So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe to the channel, and I would love to hear from any of you who leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I still don't know. I still don't know. I love you, and that's a Star Wars thing I could say. Doesn't really make sense though. You gotta think about it before you're like, yeah, I guess that's kind of what they said in one of the movies. Okay, goodbye.